And I'm back. It is Rashida Strober. I am the world's first. And I got up my one finger. So this is symbolic. Number one. Number one. Number one. I'm the world's first and only dark skin activist. My name is Rashida Strober, and I'm the reason why anybody, whether they be online, whether they be on reality television, speaks on colorism, speaks on dark skin, speaks on darkism. Now, the word darkism, just so we are clear, the word darkism is my brainchild. The word darkism comes from my brain. I coined that word. I created the word darkism. We're going to be real clear here today. We're clearing it up. The dark skin activist is here live, clearing it up. Clearing up a lot of things that's on my heart. I'm here to clear up what I want to clear up. What I want to clear up. Give me a second. So because I'm dark skinned, because I'm black and dark skinned, I'm not allowed to participate in capitalism just like everybody else is allowed to participate in capitalism. That's basically what's going on here. Sometimes you could say things without saying things. Okay? As the dark skin activist, as the world's first and only dark skin activist, I've written more books on dark skin than anybody in the world. I don't care about no celebrities that are dark skinned, that are jumping on my bandwagon, that are just writing books about dark. I could care less. Okay? But the irony of that is the bandwagon jumpers, they're allowed to write books about dark skin, sell those books in exchange for money, and it's not called scamming. But when Rashida Strober does it, the real dark skin activist, the person who really put dark skin on the map does it, it's a scam. You guys, you got to make it make sense. Because it makes no sense. And I'm just here to address the inconsistencies. That's what I'm here to do. Address the inconsistencies. I know that some people are, hold on one second, just now tuning in. I get it. Put on my seatbelt because I'm about to start driving. But that's a problem. That's a problem of what I call systemic economic darkism. Systemic economic darkism is when society creates, and by the way, I'm taking credit for everything that I've done and everything that I do. So if you don't like me saying I'm the first, I created this, then you need to get the hell off of my live. Because I'm going to keep saying it because it's the truth. First of all, systemic economic darkism is a phrase that I created to describe the impact of the economic impact of being dark skinned. And let me throw this in here because people are jealous because I have a master's degree. They're jealous as hell. They don't want you to have nothing when you're dark skinned and you don't bow down. I don't bow down to people like that. Okay. Yes, I have a master's degree in political science from the University of South Florida. Yes, I have a bachelor's degree in history from the University of South Florida. And you can never take that away from me. You could be jealous. You could hate. You could speak all the negative opinions that you want. You can never erase my degree, ever. That's right. I'm an educated black dark-skinned queen. I said I'm an educated black dark-skinned queen, and you're jealous. It's just jealousy and envy, straight up. So systemic economic darkism. Systemic economic darkism is a word that came out of my brain. I didn't watch a video. I didn't watch nobody else's video. I didn't have to plagiarize anybody. I used my own brain that God gave me to think with. I used my own creativity that God gave me to think with. And a lot of people are jealous of my creative mind. But you got to be mad with God, because that's what God gave me. A lot of people are jealous because of my delivery. You mad? Good. This is my delivery. I speak how I want to speak. You watching. You all up over here watching me when you could be doing anything else. You know, that's the funny part about it. You could be doing anything else. It's a choice. And I don't watch people videos like that. I don't, especially people I don't like. I'm not going to watch your video. I'm not going to waste my valuable time watching. But actually, I have all these fans in disguise, because they constantly watch. And some of them stalk the hell out of me because they're upset. Systemic economic darkism is a phrase that I created that came from my brain. And it describes what dark-skinned people face economically, whether or not they're aware of it. Because the bottom line is some dark-skinned people are not aware of their darkism situation. Now, a lot of the dark-skinned people, some of the, not a lot, but a good number of the dark-skinned people online, or that's now talking, you're aware of it. But on the same token, I also have to recognize that there are, of course, billions of dark-skinned people around the world who are not aware of their situation in terms of when you intellectualize it. When you say, why am I poor? Why am I a dark-skinned person that's poor? Again, a lot of these people wouldn't even think about or connect the dots that I'm poor because I'm dark-skinned. They wouldn't even connect those dots. So that's why I created systemic economic darkism inside of a word, to help people to understand. Anyone that reads my book, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, that word is in the first dark-skinned glossary of terms that I created that will help people to understand, okay, why am I poor? When you start to analyze it, you connect the dots. I connected the dots of poverty to dark skin. There is a correlation. If you don't like me saying I'm the first and people are copying and plagiarizing me, you better get your ass off my live, because I'm going to say that throughout the live. You could call it a victim mentality all you want to. That's darkism. Calling systemic economic darkism a victim mentality is darkism. That's just like saying to me that slavery didn't exist, or people like Kanye West having the audacity to say that slavery was a choice. But when it comes to non-dark-skinned people, because you wouldn't do that with the Holocaust, you wouldn't dare disparage the Holocaust. People are only given a pass when it's a black person, a dark-skinned person. They went, look at what happened with Nick Cannon. That's all I need to say. Look at the Nick Cannon situation. Look at how fast he got handled, because that's not tolerated in other communities. Disrespect is not tolerated in other communities. Victim shaming is not tolerated in other communities. We're free to be victimized because we're dark-skinned women and considered to be at the bottom of the totem pole. Okay? It's tolerated in our community. It's tolerated when you dark-skinned. It's tolerated. Anything goes. People could do whatever they want to do to you. People could say whatever they want to. I know I'm a victim of this. I'm a victim. I am a victim. I was a victim of this from the very day I was birthed into this earth. Sad day. It was a sad day. I'm sorry. Because of the victim society and its darkism has me upset. Society and its systemic practice of darkism. Society and its constant practice of darkism. It's a system. It's a system of darkism. That's the problem. And then when the dark-skinned activist speaks out about it, I'm the problem because I'm speaking out against my oppression. Notice how the target. That's darkism. That's systemic darkism. That's darkism oppression. When I was quiet and wasn't saying anything and was taking darkism, because you don't know me personally like that. You know what you see on social media. I know myself. I've been knowing myself longer than anybody on the social media. There's people in my life that know me personally. And I said that to say this, I'm an introvert. I'm not an extroverted person. People think that because I'm on here talking and speaking that I'm an extrovert. Actually, I'm an introvert. And I said that to say this. When you're an introvert, if anybody understands what introversion is, you are not the type of person that really talks a lot. You spend a lot of time to yourself. You spend a lot of time, and I like myself. Call me a narcissist all day. I like spending time with myself. I love Rashida. You don't have to have a lot of people to validate you or to give you energy or to make you happy. You good going it alone. I've always been an introvert, and I've always been to myself and a quiet, laid back person. And in that quiet space, that gave me a lot of time to analyze, starting in my youth, to analyze why the hell am I being treated differently for having dark skin and nappy hair. And in that quiet space, in that introversion, came the development of the first platform in history to advocate against darkism and colorism, which is called dark skin activism. So you should say thank you to introversion. That's what an introversion will get you. New concepts, new ideas that people hating on. You want to be me, you copying me. But you don't really want to be the dark skin activist. Because to be the dark skin activist, you wouldn't even be able to handle it. So, as an introvert, I sat back and I think. I'm a thinker brain. I'm a leader of myself, never been a follower. And understanding that dark skin activism was a way to articulate the unique struggles that I face. Dark skin activism gave credence to what I face. Dark skin activism provided a framework for what I face. Dark skin activism also provides a solution. That's the reason why people talking about dark skin on social media, because I provided a solution by creating and introducing a platform that had never been heard of or done before. In my book, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, there is the concept of systemic economic darkism, which explains why. And it's just one explanation among many. There are other political and economic theorists that have put forth different theories and ideas to explain why Black people are in the economic situation that they're in. And we're all allowed to offer solutions. I offer the solution, the explanation of systemic economic darkism that's rooted and grounded in slavery. That's rooted and grounded in colonialism, in imperialism, in a European quest to go out in the rest of the world and control its resources. And as a result, you get the subjugation of dark-skinned people around the world, whether they be colonized, whether they be enslaved, whether they be Indian dark-skinned people from India, whether they be dark-skinned people from Asia, whether they be dark-skinned people from the Americas, whether they be dark-skinned people from Africa. But I would argue that the dark-skinned people from Africa have suffered the worst. I could make that argument and win easily based on the facts. And by the way, I'm just putting it out here again. So all these people that want to debate me about darkism and dark skin activism, I'll debate you. I won't do it for free. You will not get my time and energy for free. It's not going to happen. I've been exploited. I've been used. I've been mistreated. And no one's going to get my time, my energy, my expertise, my innovation, my ideas for free. Not with me physically sitting down and have a discussion. Yeah, you here watching my videos for free, exploiting me by not even having the decency to say I'm going to drop 100 on her Cash App because I'm learning something. I'm getting something from what she's teaching. That's exploitation. It's systemic economic darkism. And like I said, only in our community, only in the black community will we stand for it. Will we stand for dark-skinned black women being used, abused, and mistreated. Only in our community. You can't go and do that in other communities. It won't be allowed. I gotta cut my air conditioner on because it's hot. And here comes the argument of, I know plenty of dark-skinned women who are successful. I never said that there were not dark-skinned people that are not successful. That's never came out of my mouth. We're not dealing with outliers. We're not dealing with outliers. We're dealing with the aggregate. So save that argument. Save the argument of there being dark-skinned people that are successful. Obviously, there's dark-skinned people that are successful. But we are not talking about a small percentage. And dark-skinned people that are successful are a small percentage. When you put these dark-skinned people up against the world community of people that are successful, the number of dark-skinned people is laughable. Minuscule. And you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed to even be making that statement based on the numbers. Again, I could bring you the numbers in a debate, but you got to pay me. You ain't going to get my time for free. You're not going to get my time and my research for free. That's not going to happen. You're going to put some money up. Anybody that want to debate me on darkism, dark skin activism, you better put some money up. I'm the GOAT. You better understand that clearly. You don't got to like me being the GOAT. I ain't asked you to like it. I ain't asked you to co-sign it. I did. I don't need you to co-sign. That's the thing. That's why people mad, because I don't need your permission. I don't need your permission to be the dark skin activist. I don't need your permission to be the GOAT. I am, because I said it. I said so. Dark skin activism is so vast. Dark skin activism is literally, it's a university in and of itself. When I really start to sit down and talk about it, at this point, I don't like even giving my time to y'all for free, because I feel like y'all are exploiting my creativity, my intellectualism, my brain power, and you're taking and you're not giving. And that's a part of, okay, let me see something. That's a part of the darkism that I'm speaking about. That's a part of the darkism that I have a problem with. Exploitation. But it ain't nothing new, because if you look at slavery, that's the ultimate darkism. Dark-skinned people were exploited like, listen, I could never, ever, ever compare myself, and I would never be disrespectful to compare myself to what the enslaved dark-skinned people went through. I would never, ever, 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 ever compare myself to them. Because that is the ultimate form of slavery. I did not pick up no books. I did not pick up no books. I didn't pick up books. I didn't pick up no books. I did not pick up any books. I don't have your books. Okay. When you start to think about slavery after studying it, and you really start to think about the atrocities, the indignities that the dark-skinned people went through, you should be enraged. People ask me, well, why are you angry? I can't be angry? They don't even want you to be angry about what has happened to you. What kind of sick foolishness is that? You can't even have feelings as a dark-skinned person. You can't express how you feel. You're not allowed to be angry as a dark-skinned person. Think about that. If you're angry for what people have done to you, the wrongs that people have done to you, the bad things that people have done to you, you're demonized. And it's all because you're dark skinned. It's all about the dark skin. Y'all see how black I am? You see how dark I am? This is the real black. This is the real black right here. This is the real dark skin. You can't be angry. People done beat you, abused you, used you, abandoned you, broke up your family, took money out your pocket, made you work for free, exploited you, raped you, pillaged you, and you can't even be angry about it. To be angry about it is to be victimized and demonized and demoralized and dehumanized even more. Now that's darkism. That's the darkism that I keep speaking about. That's the darkism that no one wants me to talk about. They want me to shut up. They're trying to shut Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, down and shut her up. But you can't. They mad because I'm saying I'm the first dark-skinned activist, and I'm the reason anybody talks about dark skin. But I scream it louder. Can't shut me up. Because I'll scream it louder. And I'll be dark-skinned, black, and prouder. Because you can't front on the truth. You can't front on the truth. You can lie, you can scheme, you can make up stuff. You can do all of that. But you can't front on what is the truth. The truth is always going to reveal itself. The truth is always going to reveal itself. And I make no apologies to nobody for nothing that I've said or done. I don't make any apologies to you. I don't owe you no explanation. In fact, you owe me. Everybody that's watching this, you should be paying me to watch this. Period. I'm the one that's victimized. I'm the one that's exploited. I'm the one that's taken advantage of. I'm the one that's abused. And I told y'all, when you're a dark-skinned person and you're not going to bow down and you're not going to say what makes people comfortable, that's the problem. Now, if you're a dark-skinned person and you speak in the language that your oppressors want to hear, you get rewarded for that, you see? There's rewards. There's monetary rewards. There's benefits to selling your soul. You ain't know? Well, now you know. There's rewards. There's rewards for talking that talk and walking that walk that undermines other dark-skinned people, that dehumanizes other dark-skinned people. There's rewards for that. But when you're not willing to do that, when you're honest, when you're real, when you're raw, when you're truthful, when you're ethical, when you're humane, the price is high. There's a price to pay. There's a price to pay. Let me tell you. Well, maybe you said you're entitled to emotions. You have the right to feel. No, I don't. As a dark-skinned woman, I'm not. Dark-skinned women are not entitled to have feeling. Now, watch they copy that. People copy everything I do. I wouldn't be surprised if that popped up somewhere. But I know I'm the originator. I'm the first and only. You don't like it, get off my life. I'm the originator. I'm the reason you talking about dark skin. For those of you that support my work, go to my Cash App. $Rashida That is my Cash App. My PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Let me tell you, dark-skinned women are not allowed to have feelings. How do I know? Because I'm a dark-skinned woman that is being penalized for having a feeling. Just think about that. You're a human being. You was born into the world like, thank you, maybe. You were born into the world like everybody else. Your mama and daddy conceived you and gave birth to you like everybody else. But because you're dark-skinned, you are deemed to be less than. You are deemed to be not a human being. At one time, y'all know that's what it was. 3/5 a person. 3/5 a person. Remember that? Don't ever forget it. You can't have feelings. You can't express emotions. You can't express anger. You can't express rage. But you can play the happy-go-lucky. Remember that? And as much as I love Hattie McDaniel, this is not a shot to Hattie McDaniel. I wrote about Hattie McDaniel in my book, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. I'm using her as an example to make a point of how she played this happy-go-lucky maid that was a servant. That's the role that they want dark-skinned women to remain in. And I love Hattie McDaniel. I do. God knows I do. I respect her legacy. I appreciate what she gave, what she did for dark-skinned women. And I love the movie Gone with the Wind. That's actually one of my favorite movies. Clark Gable, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. One of the baddest lines I've ever heard in a movie. I was like, wow, okay. I love Gone with the Wind. I absolutely adore. I'm a history major. I told y'all my bachelor's degree is in history. I like anything to do with his history, and we're talking about our nation's, this nation's. I don't know if I want to call it our. I don't want to use that word our because I don't feel a part of this nation. Never have. I feel out of place. I feel like I'm not wanted. I feel like I don't deserve to be here because that's how society has made dark skinned people feel. So I can't get comfortable with this hour. I can never get comfortable. That's fake to me. I can't rock with that. But from a historical standpoint, just studying human history, it's all a part of human history. I like that movie because I learned a lot from it. You should watch it. Gone with the Wind. Great acting. And it's just an educational thing if you want to understand the history and development of this United States of America. But Hattie McDaniel, her role, she played a lot of maid roles. And again, this is not any shade or disrespect to Hattie McDaniel. I'm just making a point she comes to mind. Her roles as maids come to mind when I think about this sort of stereotype that dark-skinned women have been castigated into. So people want you to be happy. They want you to be, I remember Cola Booth said, and I love Cola Booth. And I love Cola Booth because I love Cola Booth. Not because I want Cola Booth co-sign. I don't need nobody co-sign. I told you, I don't need your permission. And I don't like a lot of people. I don't love a lot of people like that. But Cola Booth, she got my undying respect no matter what. People try to hate because they mad because I'm the one that sanctioned Cola Booth as the mother of the colorism movement. I can't tell Cola Booth what to do. I'm not here to do that. I respect her legacy and her work. And she said something to the effect of, they might copy this because they copy everything I do about dark skin and colorism. But Cola Booth said something to the effect, if you want happy dark-skinned women, you got to treat them with love and respect. Cola Booth, you was right. You're brilliant. See how I give other dark-skinned women their credit and I don't steal? That's how you do it. You don't watch other dark-skinned women and copy and steal like you have done to me. But you'll watch what I'm saying right now and copy and steal that Cola Booth line. That's how trifling and treacherous these is. So they want dark-skinned women to regress back into this slave role of being happy, go lucky, yassa, yassa. You can't say it like that though. More like yassa, 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 yassa. Yes'm, yes'm, yes'm. That's the type of dark-skinned woman they're looking for. And I'm not that type of dark-skinned woman. Now, there's a lot of them running around here like that. there's a lot of yes'm. Yes'm. Modern day yes'm. They're the modern day yes'm. but not Rashida Strober. And that is the problem. When you are not nice, according to human being standard. We're not talking about according to intrinsic standards. We're not talking about that. We're talking about standards that human beings create for their own selfish purposes. When you are not the way that people want you to be, then you're a problem. But in actuality, they're the problem. But I'm more along the lines of the dark-skinned enslaved when they were bringing my ancestors over here on the slave ship that said, they the real give me liberty or give me death. You want to know the real give me liberty or give me death? Do you want to know the real give me liberty or give me death? Who said that? Because they always credit that to, hold up. Y'all make sure y'all go to my Cash App. Why are you sitting there getting my content, exploiting me for free? The Cash App is $RashidaLala. Anyone that's watching this right now that's not made a contribution to my Cash App, you really should be ashamed of yourself. Straight up. You don't have to like what I'm saying. Again, remember, I don't need your permission. It's my channel. Give me, who said that? Give me liberty or give me death. Let's see who said that. Apparently, it's a quote that's attributed to Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death. Nah, Patrick. I'm going to tell you the real manifestation of what that means is the enslaved African women that when they were being brought over here to the Americas to be enslaved under chattel slavery, they said, I'm not going to live like this because it's not living. And they jumped over into the water, and some of them with their babies, and drowned themselves. That's the real give me liberty or give me death. And I am more along those lines of dark-skinned people that are a part of my ancestry. Because I think what happens is that the mentality changed. As dark-skinned people who were enslaved started to get acclimated into this system of slavery and oppression, which I call it darkism. I call it systemic economic darkism. Some might call it capitalism. You know, there's different names that people give to this, but I call it systemic economic darkism. But as some of these dark-skinned people, they just accepted their bondage. They just accepted that this is my station in life. This is all there is. And that's why Harriet Tubman had such a dark-skinned Harriet Tubman. I want to emphasize that she's dark-skinned. That's why she had such a hard time. Because she refused to accept her station in life. She refused to accept that I'm a slave. I'm gonna be this slave. This is all I'm gonna do. This is I'm gonna be born a slave and I'm gonna die a slave. She refused to accept that. So people had a problem with that. But then, those were those people that were born into slavery that had this mentality of the yes. And the remnants of those people are in existence right now. It's so many of those dark-skinned people that are in existence. And that's a part of the darkism that I, as a dark-skinned person, am fighting against. The irony. The irony. That's why the struggle of darkism is so difficult, because there are people, dark-skinned people, that have that mentality of this is my station in life. I am going to make it easier on myself. I am going to do what is expected of me. I'm going to say what is expected of me. I'm going to behave what is expected of me. Oh, stop, chat expert. Talking about YouTube is free. You exploiting me by watching me for free. If you're not going to my Cash App, making some type of contribution, you are exploiting me. Just stop. Y'all want to come up with all these excuses. What is this? Trying to see somebody sending me something here. Let me see something. Y'all want to come up with all these excuses. About why give me a second here. Y'all want to come up with all these excuses about why you should not contribute to my Cash App, even though you're sitting here being entertained. And I'm not. My goal is not to entertain you. I'm here because this is what I feel. I'm speaking what's on my heart and my soul and on my mind. It's not about me entertaining you. It's about me telling the truth, but I can't control how you feel. If you feel like you're entertained by what I'm saying, I don't have any control over that. But what I could tell you is I am not of that ilk. I am not of that ilk, people. And when I say I'm not of that ilk, I mean I'm not the type of dark-skinned black woman that's gonna shuck and jive, that's gonna do a dance and act like I'm a slave and behave in a subservient manner to get people's approval, to get money, to get material things, because that's still a form of slavery. That's still a form of darkism. You're not even free. If you can't be yourself, if you can't be your natural self that God made you to be, if you can't live in your dark-skinned truth, and you have to do all these different things to please people and be subservient to people and kiss people's ass, you are not living in your dark-skinned truth. You are living a lie. You are enslaved. And I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you got millions. I don't care if you got billions. I don't care if you're a dark-skinned billionaire. If you're not living in your dark-skinned truth, you are enslaved. That is a fact. You still living in slavery. And the dark-skinned Africans that decided to jump over the boat and they said, give me liberty or give me death, they're more free than you'll ever be. You're not free. And I refuse to live my life being a yassa. I'm not going to live like that. I'm going to be dark-skinned, black Rashida, and that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. In all my natural dark skin, that's what it's going to be. In my natural hair, in my natural Afrocentric features, in my natural black dark skin expression, I'm going to be me. You don't have to like it because this is what it's supposed to be. I'm intrinsic. I'm natural. I'm organic. I'm the original. It is Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. And there's only one. Only one. Only one. Only one. Number one. Number one. Number one. Number one. Only one.